Haliey Welch initially seemed to be a genius, turning her meme into a career that made hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, it only lasted 176 days before she realized that success could also be a nightmare. It all began on this channel here, Tim and DTV. They had just 21,000 subscribers, gained from doing street interviews in Nashville, Tennessee, where they'd meet two unknown people who were out having fun, Chelsea Bradford and her friend Haliey Welch. With some drinks in their system, they answered basic questions.
How do you get over a breakup?
Only way to get over one is get under another.
Until the interviewer asked 12 words that changed the course of history.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tuah and spit on that thing. You get me? Hawk tuah and spit on it. Spit on it.
Roughly 2 days later, on the 11th of June 2024, Darius reposted the snippet to his Instagram. Again, he had just a couple thousand followers, yet this didn't stop the algorithm from making the video viral. 18 million views and almost 500,000 likes.
It's not gonna get any bigger than this. And I go back like an hour later and the views done went up by like 1 million. I was like, oh my god, there is no way that just happened.
The clips went equally viral on TikTok, where everybody clearly loved her. She's a total vibe. Protect this woman at all costs. Hawk Tuah for president. However, Haliey was disappointed that this didn't translate to income.
Everybody else is making money off of it with merchandise, and he's making money off the videos. I was like, that's not fair. Like, it's me. Why am I not making any money?
It was therefore announced Hawk Tuah official. We are selling authorized merchandise representing the Hawk Tuah girl, so she is getting part of the proceeds. Get all of your apparel here. Haliey had launched her own line of hats, selling for between $30 and $40 each. It took only 9 days before she'd announce, our infamous signed Hawk Tuah hats are now sold out, with Rolling Stone therefore reporting, Hawk Tuah girl has already sold at least $65,000 worth of merch. Even Joe Rogan was keen to buy a piece.
She's making money. There's merch now. There's like Hawk Tuah merch. Oh, I need to buy a shirt.
Look at her. She's signing fucking hats.
Only in America. Only in America.
Showing Haliey she was able to commercialize the meme. There was just one problem. Nobody knew who she even was. The only information given was that her name was Haliey Welch, which wasn't all that useful as she had no social media.
I was sitting there, I was giggling. I was like, they're like, where is she? I'm like, right here, but you don't know it.
Finding the Hawk Tuah girl became a search for millions, with people stating on Instagram, Osama bin Laden had less people looking for him. Some believe she was a preschool teacher, while others were certain she worked in a bar. However, both of these rumors were smashed when Haliey addressed the public in her first podcast appearance.
I worked in a spring factory. I'm not a school teacher.
That was my next question, because
Or
everyone said that
bartender.
you were a teacher and got fired from your job.
No, I'm not even old enough to be a teacher.
Haliey further revealed she'd been offered some crazy money.
$600 like 3 days ago for me to spit in a jar and sell it. That is revolting.
And as a result, she'd hired herself a social media crew.
You have a full management team. You have a manager now.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
a shooter. She comes in with like this big ass camera. Like she's the real deal. Already, this happened like a week ago.
Yes, ma'am.
But her capitalization began to repulse the audience. An entire management team in a week. Wild. The fact that she already has an entire management team is insane. You made a drunk joke, and the next day you have whole management behind you. This world is crazy. That help her appear at a Zach Bryan concert, while she began to sell merch on a much larger scale.
You already have a deal with Spencer's?
That's awesome.
Like every Spencer's everywhere.
What can I go buy at Spencer's of yours?
Hat, shirt.
Hats and shirt, yeah.
She'd become friends with Jake Paul, tried to trademark the Hawk Tuah phrase, and was suddenly being followed by TMZ.
Toes. They want pictures of my toes.
They want pictures of your toes?
I don't want to sell pictures of my toes.
No.
Even Eminem used the phrase to promote his new album, whilst more than one person got a Hawk Tuah tattoo. She passed 1 million Instagram followers in less than 30 days and was being paid $30,000 just to appear at clubs. However, if you're given success without first going through hell, you'll find that the hell creates itself later. Her Instagram comments began to change rapidly. Whilst they once read she's a national treasure, keep this woman safe, they quickly transformed into this has to stop. This is pathetic. Isn't this embarrassing? Disappointing ass world we live in. Making clowns famous part 1,062,000. Suddenly, she had actual problems to deal with.
I have to convince my pawpaw not to shoot the paparazzi outside of our house every day because they've been camped out here for like 2 weeks.
Creating paranoia on a day-to-day basis.
It's really strange. I can't really go in public by myself anymore. I'm paranoid of getting kidnapped or something.
Because there was a video of you with 5 security guards. Is that because you're paranoid about that?
Yes. And I'm little too, so I mean, I can't really defend myself.
It seems Haliey had realized that fame kinda sucks.
What's the worst part about being famous?
Everybody looking at you when you walk into a room.
You don't like that?
No.
Does that feel unsafe a little bit?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Although she continued to take advantage of it. She launched her own fanfics, which is like a safer work OnlyFans, and charged $10 a month to an unknown amount of subscribers. She'd also launch an AI dating app named Pookie Tools, which received amazing reviews such as disgusting. Haliey wasn't lying when she answered,
like, what's on the horizon, basically?
I mean, any and everything, I guess.
essentially doing anything that offered her a paycheck. This was further proven by the Tuah podcast, launched as a vehicle to promote Jake Paul's gambling company. The podcast was so terrible even Jake Paul himself roasted it.
Why did you decide to start Tuah?
It's just stuff that has never been talked about in modern history. Scientific, historic, revolutionary wisdom. It's just an honor to be pushing humanity forward in that type of way.
However, the Tuah comments were absolutely golden. My phone was at 1% when this was posted. I unplugged my grandma's life support to charge it. This podcast truly changed my life. Currently fighting on the front lines in Ukraine, and everyone has called truce to watch Ep 1 of the Tuah podcast. Amen. I have stayed clean from drugs for over 30 years. Thank you Tuah for making me start again. These same trolls have given it an almost perfect IMDb score, calling the podcast a genre-defining masterpiece, yet the show's quality is better summarized by its crazy amount of dislikes. Haliey's reputation clearly wasn't great, so when she'd host an episode with Mark Cuban, she probably should have avoided the following touchy subject.
Do you do anything with crypto?
Yeah, I do a lot with crypto, actually. I've got a shit ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Going back to the point of doing anything for money, it seems Haliey was paid to shout out cryptocurrency.
So after I saw Michael Saylor speak at the Bitcoin conference, I have decided to start putting some money into crypto, and I just want to say, oh my God, thank you so much, Mr. Saylor.
And was more than willing to make her own token.
If I launch a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
Yeah, I'll give you my wallet.
Okay.
Are you sure you're gonna launch? I don't know. I'm not a big a fan about meme coins.
She'd take to Twitter showing her favorite meme coins, announcing a Tuah token was also coming soon. Well, on the 4th of December 2024, 176 days after she first went viral, Haliey officially launched it.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
Despite calling it the Tuah meme coin, its website reassured the audience, Hawk isn't just a meme coin, it's part of the culture. Haliey is using her meme to unite her entire community. However, community notes instantly clarified. 96% of the Hawk coin supply is in 10 connected addresses before the launch, essentially meaning just 10 people controlled the coin's price. When a user suggested the coin was likely a scam, Haliey responded by stating fake news, but appreciate you trying to protect the community. However, it didn't take long before tweets started appearing. Lost 85% of an £1,100 investment. I lost 10k, bro, I got rugged. Just lost 286k on this. Don't trust MetaMask wallets. Haliey's co-creator called these people mentally ill.
There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing. If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. It's just a bunch of miserable people trying to farm engagement and hate.
With Haliey herself blaming the losses on something they couldn't control.
We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. But I just want to say, screw the sniper bots, and I'm not going anywhere.
CoffeeZilla joined and called the project,
"This is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life."
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
questioning how much money each founder made.
Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
The creator.
Which is who?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Haliey Welch, right?
This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam.
As the pressure mounted, Haliey disappeared.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick, but anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Only brought back by a class action lawsuit, launched by a dozen plaintiffs who claim to have collectively lost more than $150,000. To Haliey's credit, she took responsibility, stating if you've experienced losses related to this, please contact Berwick Law. Furthermore, it seems she had no idea exactly what she was getting into, although it's still her fault if she put her name on it. Her Instagram hasn't helped either. The only post Haliey's made since pulling the scam is a video of her taking a lavish holiday. Makes you wonder if this trip was funded by the meme coin proceeds. Enjoy your time before getting shipped off to prison.